There are many ways to make an eggplant kebab, but this one is not only light, but also immensely delicious. Here we go! As you might have guessed, we need eggplants, preferably the same thickness so that we can stack them at more or less the same height. Let's remove the stem part and then peel them in this striped fashion. Then cut these at about 2 centimeters thickness or an inch, I guess. Once all of these are done, put a generous spoon of salt into a bowl of water and submerge those eggplant slices in the water. Helps with the bitterness. I like to use some kind of weight to keep them underwater. Usually a plate is enough for that. While those are resting, let's grate some garlic, onions and some red peppers. You could use a kitchen machine, but I was not in the mood to do that at all. Who's gonna clean that up? Me, of course, so Add to those veggies the meat of your choice. As usual with me, some beef and tomato paste, salt, some red pepper flakes, black pepper of course, some cumin, and as a final touch, some chopped parsley. I first mixed it with a spoon, but I just ended up kneading it with my hands. And the longer you do that, the better the patties will hold together. I usually just form a bowl to see how it stands, if it's just crumbling apart or staying in one piece. I don't know why I didn't show you that, but that's the best way to test it, for me personally at least. Anyways, now that we drained the water of the eggplants, it's time for the stacking. I form small bowls of the meat mixture and sandwich them between slices of eggplants and go all around my dish here. And that's all that is to it, to be honest. As a final touch, we just use some oil to brush the eggplants with and close it off with aluminum foil. Bake that in the oven at 200 degrees Celsius for about 45 minutes.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Now you gotta be careful while removing the foil and use the water released by the eggplants to brush them all over. And right back into the oven where you bake it for another 30 to 35 minutes. You want to check that the fluid that has been released before has evaporated almost completely. As there will be some fat floating around, it won't be completely dry, and that's good. Once out of the oven, just dig in. Usually you serve this with something on the side like rice or bulgur, but it was so good that we ended up eating most of this with just bread on the balcony, not worrying about cutlery and just enjoying the evening. Alternatively, you can make this dish by frying the eggplants slightly. But personally speaking, I do not like this because it just gets way too oily. Of course the taste, oh boy, it's amazing. But my stomach can't handle it and I don't need more weight. I hope you have enjoyed this week's video. If that's the case, please drop a like down below and tell us if you would like to try this. If you don't want to miss our weekly videos, don't forget to subscribe, and I wish you a delicious weekend and see you next Friday.